Hello, everyone. Oh no.
Everyone. Oh no.
Oh, oh! I heard that.
That's
I heard
bad.
that. Uh
Oh no. Where's this coming from? Hi, y'all. Is it better?
oh.
Okay, I think the echo's fixed. Okay. You can hear me. Okay, good. We had an echo. At least I had an echo. Did y'all have an echo?
I heard it.
I didn't hear an echo.
I heard
Okay.
an echo of myself as well.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know what happened, but it seems to be fixed. So cool. All right. Julie Pie says no echo. So yeah. Me handlebars. Hello, my friend. I hope you get lots of rest. Take care of yourself and feel better as soon as possible. We added new music at the beginning of season 2 for the intro video. You just haven't heard it because you're usually playing and not seeing it. So that's the music that you heard. Hi everyone. This is Kentucky Fried Dice. You might notice we're a little short-handed tonight. And that is just the way these things go sometimes. I think usually the biggest challenge of playing D&D as an adult is finding time when adults can all hang out together to play D&D.
Found our third player.
So,
I don't know if that's visible.
Absolutely. Oh, what a good boy. Yeah, get those ear scritches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay. As Julie Pie touched on, it's been a bit since we have streamed. Actually, the last stream that I did was a KFD&D stream before vacation, which was a month ago. That was cool. So we had our vacation, and then we got sick. I had my first bout of COVID. So that was my first time having it, and it was everything that I had dreamt it would be, and more. So yeah. I didn't do happy news today. So the happy news is we're going to continue on. As Jillian said yesterday, one of the Memphis 3 was reinstated yesterday. And I believe the second member was reinstated today, as the city of Memphis has brought that representative back. And I'm blinking on the name right now. But yes, just a reminder that if you're a fascist and want to suppress democracy, it's not quite that easy. And thank you, Justin Pearson is back. So take that, you racist, fascist pieces of shit. I'm not going to hide my feelings on that ever. That's not something we do on this channel. We are pro rights of people. We're pro, obviously, very pro LGBTQ IA+, but we are pro-democracy on this channel, and we love America. It's just hard to show that sometimes, because if you have an American flag, you're usually a racist. So we can take that back, though. We can take it back. Hey, DC Sensei, welcome in. Feeling better. I think that's it. So today is going to be a Chime and Karn adventure. We're going to do it. We are going to do it. Do y'all have good news? Anything y'all want to share? Or should we just
I
hop on
crocheted
into
a blanket.
a whole blanket?
Yeah, I mean, hold on. I've got some of the yarn that's left over. It's like really thick yarn. It's this thick.
I bet that's a comfy blanket.
It's comfy.
That's awesome.
It's red and blue. It's nice.
Oh.
My husband wanted it. So.
Oh. That's fantastic. And if you're not currently following Burger Bun, you should be, because Burger Bun is fantastic. I love her art. I love when she plays games. And she is fantastic and amazing. So if you're not following Burger Bun, I'll give you a second to do that. You can just click on the little heart at the top there. You just little click, and it'll follow, and you can do that. You can't wait. Ryan, do you have anything?
No, you kind of beat me to the punch on the news.
Oh,
just the buddy adventure.
no, Pearson.
Oh, sorry. Yes, that's happy news though, right?
Yeah.
Well, cool. I think in that case, we can do a recap and we can play some D&D for a little bit. Y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Okay. So first we'll start with what happened in Brownstone since the rebellion 6 months ago, which we orchestrated. Six Star Keep, which was where the Marquess was staying and building, was converted from a military base into administration for the new government. A council was made to represent the people of the 6 city districts, along with some other chosen representatives. The council members are called elder beings and have their meetings at a community-built table made from a piece of every available ship remnant they could find. A bureaucratic system was put in place to start organizing the cleanup of the city after the oppressors were overthrown. At the city center is a large statue where many of the broken statues of those that were murdered by the Marquess were crafted together as a symbol of what they fought for and of how they stood together. Howard was the prominent placement within the art piece, and his cracks were inlaid with gold. James spent the first month or so repairing Howard's part of the statue and working with some blacksmiths to treat the cracks with gold inlay. With his experience with helping build Howard's Duck Inn, he became the assistant to Ariella Paynor, the city planner. She would send him to jobs that had an issue so he could go find a resolution and get the job back on track. Ken split his time between helping Daisy run Howard's Duck Inn and starting a ministry called the Order of Justice. The ministry teaches the tenets of the 13 judges, along with some ways to apply them to living in Brownstone. It also teaches self-defense to the recruits, which Chime has been helping with. Chime spent her time on a few things. The first was the aforementioned self-defense classes at Ken's ministry. Second was working on paying her debt to Mostep. Lastly, she communed with every new Kenku looking for any info on her husband and child. Karn spent a lot of his time helping the Knowledge District, mostly helping the university staff with whatever they needed. He also worked a good amount on harnessing his latent magic ability. Karn and Mostep formed an odd friendship and they hung out often. A frequent topic of conversation was Scars, since Mostep had been keeping tabs on Scars in the cult. They went back to the sewers. The party headed to Mostep's for dinner, as they have many times over the previous 6 months. He cashed in on one of the favors Chime owes, asking them to help find Susanna's missing baby, Rosalie. They clue Mostep in on the information they received from the Utah elder about Rosalie being a hag baby. They agree to search because a missing hag baby might just be as bad as a missing real baby. Chime gave Mostep a lecture about appropriate work behavior, making his staff wear a revealing uniform, then ogling at them. He listened, accepted, and agreed to change the uniform and his behavior. Also, Mostep had one of the uniforms made for Ken, which he tried on and immediately ripped the pants out. They headed to the university. He doesn't even wear pants.
That's why I ripped him out. He's like, how the hell do I wear these things?
God. They headed to the university to look for the monsterologist they met during their first visit to the city. Rilo was in his office and let them know how hags breathe. I've got the giggles now. Apparently, a coven of 3 hags can eat a baby, give birth to a hag baby sometime later, identical to the one it ate, then place it near its home so the original family raises it. When it turns 13, it becomes a full hag, but appears normal until then. The limited info that Rilo had also suggests that hag babies or children may be unusually quiet. There were no known instances of a hag maturing early, let alone toddler aged, but the sample size is very low. But if the baby is a hag and it has matured, the sewers may be a place to start looking. The party left Rilo's office to plan their next step.
All right. So as you're leaving, an excited young monk rushes into the hallway outside of Rilo's office. He's a tabaxi male, and yeah, you know,
this is the first time we see one of those.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of tabaxi, but you know, let's toss one in. All black with a few like yellow accents on the tips of the ears and a couple of like little markings on the face. And he comes up and excitedly approaches Ken and seems to be in a bit of distress. And rushes up and Ken. Hey, we've got an emergency. I need you. And Ken looks at him. I don't know if I can do a Ken voice, but the effort will be there. What is it you think? I can't do a Ken. What is it you think you want? That's not a good Ken voice. Only Hamed can do a good Ken voice.
You turned him into a pirate. I love it.
I love pirates.
Yarr.
Yarr.
Blimey.
I can't explain, but I need you back at the temple now. We have to go. We have to hurry. James catches the conversation and volunteers to go with Ken. And Ken, of course, is very concerned with the current search that you're doing. It looks at you and I'm gonna try one more time. I'll do water first. You all go on back and you keep searching. And as soon as we figure out the situation at the temple, James and I will catch up with you. Does that work?
Sure.
Okay, great. That makes this episode easier.
Now he started sounding a little like Beavis.
Look, man, I only got so much.
I
It's fine. Great. So that very quickly explains missing party members. That's how we do it. All right. They rush off following this Tabaxi monk who is following the teachings of the 13. Totally to be heard from again in 2 weeks. All right. So the two of you down a couple party members, but still with a mission in hand. What would you like to do?
Well, that was sudden.
Just getting it out of the way.
That was interesting.
So, I know we were talking about going in the sewers, and I don't mind going in the sewers. Have you been down there since they reopened? Because I haven't.
No. Pretty much all the tracking I've done of scars since everything happened was basically done above sewer.
Okay. I mean, do you think it would be...
Well, I think maybe James is going to take care of this. We're going to go... Hamed is joining us.
Oh.
Okay.
Sorry for the tardiness, guys. I totally forgot.
It's okay. I just going to have to fix this during the stream. So...
We want to rewind a little bit?
We do need to rewind just a little bit. It
We
turns
have
out...
a city planning
Yeah,
emergency.
there's a city planning emergency that Tabaxi came up and took me handlebars. He took James away because they... somebody did not file the proper permits, but construction's already started and they needed an inspection right this second, or a very important water treatment facility will not be built in the town.
They need the assistance of James's alter ego, Colin Robinson.
So we will...
I forgot that was his disguised self.
I
Oh.
cannot find what I'm looking for.
Oh no.
It's fine. You will just... I'm trying to get Hamed up here as soon as I can. Sorry, buddy.
I see an ear.
Fine.
We're just going to move that. So, people in chat, you're going to not hear audio for just a little bit as I get this fixed. But you're going to see some behind the scenes on like how streaming background stuff works. So,
Oh, no.
enjoy the magic of streams. now. And so people can hear us again. Hi, chat. We're back, sort of. So then what we're going to do is we are going to add a scene. And we are going to add Nested Hamed. And now you are the full screen. Congratulations, my friend.
Hello, everyone.
And now we're fixing that. And
Why? I'm joking.
That's a good question. Oh man, this is bothering me.
Slowly drift Hamed up and over.
I have to make everything the same size, but it's not working out that way. So
Oh, it's being funky.
it's oh no, don't move that. Okay, we got this here, and we're all of our frames will just be touching.
Okay,
And
it's lovely. It's like we're all giving each other a little internet hug.
But I think I have to fix Ryan. So we'll be back one more time because I have to fix that.
We have to fix Ryan.
Audio's gonna cut out again. It's fine. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's why we're having so many issues. Okay. Pro streamer.
That's the sun is making some really cool looking distortions on your screen on it.
Yeah. I'm walking around with the laptop if you can't tell. So.
All right. So you're just leaving Rilo's office. A tabaxi worker of the city urgently looks for James and informs James that there is an absolute emergency, that he needs to inspect a building right now, and that James is reluctant at first, but the party's able to convince him that, like, it's fine, y'all can handle this without him just for a little bit, and that you'll plan on meeting up at Howard's Duck Inn at the end of the day. And we'll go from there. Okay. That was some quick fixes to stream, and we should be good to go now. So you've left Rilo's office, and what was y'all's plan?
Well, I was wondering, do we want to go into the suitors, or do we think that it would be a benefit to go in and talk to Susanna?
I'm impartial here.
We could go talk to Susanna, but we've got to be prepared for anything when it comes to talking with her about the baby.
Yeah.
A little bit of a psychotic reaction to just about any questions we've ever put to her.
She's a mother. It's
Yeah.
her baby.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No, I agree with you. I wouldn't say psychotic, but
well,
definitely.
when we bring up some of the odder aspects of the baby, I'm good with going and talking to her. We just need to be very delicate about how we put stuff.
Right. At the very least, we can. Well, I guess I can talk to Daisy, see what she remembers from that night.
What's our goal here exactly? I want to be sure everybody's on the same page.
Figure out what happened to the baby.
Yeah, try to get a lead as to where the baby might be.
Well, then we're coming from the angle as detectives who are helping save the baby, aren't we? We've done it before.
I mean, we can.
Right. I don't know. From my history, which you all have known for a while now, I found a way to justify my actions. The road is sometimes paved with misdeeds, but the goal is the same. Does that make sense? I'm saying we lied to her. We lied to her.
Oh, sorry. What is happening with
Wait,
this
okay,
stream
so
thing?
you're saying we do lie to her or we don't lie to her?
You want to make an omelet, you got to crack. Wait, I need another.
That's
Yeah.
okay, if you want to make bread, you have to grind grain.
Good one.
Thank you.
You're the brains of this duo.
No, I'm not. Absolutely not.
Anyway, I feel like a short-term white lie might get us close enough before it's time to, eventually tell her the truth. But the most important thing is finding that baby.
Yeah. So we're all agreed then. We're just gathering information from her this time. We're not telling her. Yeah, we're not gonna do anything that's gonna potentially upset her. We're just getting whatever information she has.
Right.
Chime, you have children. You know exactly what it's like to be a mother. I think that's our way in. Bonding with her to that degree, using that as leverage.
Well, it's a child, and well, last time we spoke, things were interesting.
Let's just all agree no facts of life discussions this time.
I didn't bring that up. She brought that up. Thank you for reminding me. I'm all for not telling her that we know that the baby is a hag. Honestly, at this point, if it's missing, I wonder if it's better if it just stays missing.
Time will tell. Yeah, the truth hurts, but we'll have to do what we need to do. Is that fair? So we go to her first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can talk to Daisy while we're there, see if she saw anything suspicious happen.
All right. In duck culture, we always bring a gift to someone's home.
Okay.
Karn, any ideas what humans would like?
I
was gonna bring bread.
I mean, everyone
Or
likes
crackers.
bread, right?
Yeah.
Everybody likes bread.
Yeah, everyone likes
All
bread.
right. Let's go to the bakery.
All right.
To the bakery.
Hello, Lady Taka. Welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful evening.
Well, we probably would be able to get like a loaf of bread from the inn, since that's where we're going.
But that's the same bread she's been eating.
Yeah, Daisy's got plenty of bread. I'll be right back.
Oh,
right.
okay. I mean, okay.
We'd like to go grab some bread. Can you make this as uncomplicated as possible?
You just want to
Open
grab
up-
some.
Yeah.
Are you just grabbing bread from the inn?
A warm, freshly baked bread
Yes.
from the inn.
There
I mean,
was.
Suzanne is living at the inn.
Yeah, there was some freshly baked, like a marbled rye that they made for. They're gonna do some sandwiches this week for like a special.
So, Chime, you know I try to think things through, and sometimes best laid plans. I thought this through, and it turns out that she could have this here exact loaf of bread anytime she wants.
Right.
I see.
I
Maybe
also
we should forget the gift and just go there.
I've got some olive oil too, so she can dip the bread in it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Just knocking on her door.
Yeah.
Okay. You knock, and as even if it's a very gentle knock, the door is unlatched and opens up a little bit. And she's just like sitting on her bed facing an open window and just like staring out. And as you knock, you hear a faint like, "It's open."
I kind of ushered to Chime, kind of suggesting that she goes first.
Yeah, I kind of make my way in.
Uh,
Um,
she's mostly focused on this open window. And there's like next to this open window is an empty, not like basically a crib, but kind of shoddy. Like it's not like professional, like not very well made, but
is it the
she's-
same one that she had? She wouldn't have brought that with her, would she?
no, she couldn't have brought that. Like it's much more like makeshift. If you kind of look at it a little more in depth, it looks like it's probably a table, and then someone kind of hastily made the guards to go around it, and then like basically like a bit of hay and such at the bottom, and covered by like burlap and then some other like softer fabrics as people likely donated those to her, and a little pile of blankets off to the side. And she looks over to you as you enter the room, and a little bit of a smile crosses her face. And are you going to bring her back to me? Is that why you're here?
Ken sits down and at her level makes eye contact and looks at Shine and smiles. Go ahead.
We're gonna do our best.
You did your best before, and it worked out. So I have faith that she'll be returned. What brings you here?
Well, we wanted to see if you could tell us anything from when Rosalie disappeared.
I know it's gonna sound suspicious or whatever, but I don't remember anything. It was just a couple of weeks ago, as y'all are aware, and it was a warm night. So I had the window completely open, just thinking that the breeze would cool it off in here a bit. She was quiet like always, and I fell asleep, nothing out of the ordinary. And the next morning, she was gone. I looked everywhere. I looked under the bed. I looked everywhere in the room. I looked all throughout the inn. I went outside screaming, and nothing.
And you slept the whole night? You didn't wake up at all?
I didn't wake up once.
Okay. And who did you talk to after you realized that she was missing?
Well, I panicked, and at first it was that panic where you know that everything's okay, because where would she go? So I just looked in the room. Maybe she crawled out of her crib. Maybe she was hiding under the bed. It's hard to know. She's such a docile, happy child, but I was thinking maybe she was to that age where she was a little escape artist. I looked under the bed. I looked in the room. My heart started to sink as I couldn't find her, so I looked out the window, expecting the worst. And to my relief, she wasn't there. I went downstairs, and Daisy was behind the bar. I told her what happened, and she couldn't talk back to me, but I knew she was sympathetic. I knew she was going to look and have others look, and she had every guest in the inn search their room. We looked everywhere, told surrounding building owners that she was missing. We went to the town guards and let them know. No sign of her.
This is fishy. Not in a good kind of way.
What do you think happened? Do you know something?
We don't know anything. We just need to gather as much information as we can to get started. Can you tell us a little bit about Daisy's, not Daisy, sorry. your baby's father.
Do you think that would help?
Any bit of information may be helpful.
And
Really?
then Ken turns towards Chime and has a shit-eating grin on his face.
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you.
She thinks that it's all telepathic.
Yes.
She says,
Privately to Ken, I say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
and she just says "fuck you" for the next 5 minutes. In
Yes.
his head.
She doesn't go into the detail she went
thank
into
God.
before, but mentioned that he was a sailor on the ship that brought her here, and that they shared that journey together, and she has not heard from him since. And I think she had reason to believe that he was dead. I think he actually died in that voyage.
It was like he got washed off the ship.
Yeah, he's washed off the ship. So, she assumes that he is dead, but isn't sure. Do you? I mean, surely if it was him, he would have just contacted me. I mean, we were in love, right?
Yeah.
He wouldn't just
sure.
come take the baby and not. Unless.
Well, I don't know. We're not ruling anything out right now.
It's kind of a stretch for a dead man to come and to the second floor and snatch your kid out of its crib.
And clearly she still has feelings for him. Maybe
what if he's
really
not
off the D word.
What if he's not dead? What if he survived?
What if he's let's say if he survived, where would he be?
I don't know, but do you think he maybe came for his daughter?
I don't know. What do you?
Is any?
Karn, do you have any opinions on this?
Too early to say. Karn is gonna walk by the window and just turns around to talk to her. Just say, "Do you mind if I just cast a quick spell, just detect magic? Just wanting to see if I pick up anything right around here in the area of the window or the crib, just to try and get an idea of what might have happened."
While he's doing that, I'll roll perception.
Okay. Yeah, Karn. She looks at it. She's like, no, of course. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I can't do any of that fancy stuff, Susanna. So, how about I just sit next to you and, we reminisce as mothers.
Okay. Karn, you don't get any magic. Like it's a pretty big area that like you can sense magic in, and you don't, except for the stuff that is on your all's persons that you're all aware of. Nothing out of the ordinary. How'd you roll on your perception check?
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Oh. Nothing appears to be out of the ordinary. Just looks like you left it.
Well, I'm out of ideas, Chime. I'll pass the baton to you.
Oh God.
Not picking up anything, so she didn't leave or wasn't taken by magical means.
Could she fly? No, I guess not.
So I guess how were you feeling before she disappeared, Susanna?
Maybe a little relief. Like I kind of found a place that I was welcomed in, and things are really hard whenever we couldn't go with the rest of the village. Like surviving was hard, and just a feeling of like rejection, but everyone's been so welcoming here, and Daisy's been just fantastic, and I thought we had a life here, and I don't know
And about how old is she now?
I guess she'd be right around 13 months.
Okay.
Okay. So right in that starting to walk around phase.
Right, and you know, that was my first thought, was maybe she escaped and hid, but
I mean, was she walking?
she would. Y'all can correct me because I really don't know child development.
Child looks for Waka 1, so.
Oh, she was. Yeah, she was walking a bit.
Daisy would have made sure she would have been safe if she ended up her way anywhere near the stairs. Daisy has acute hearing for obvious reasons.
I don't know. It feels a lot like last time, you know? Like most of the hope is gone. But I feel like with you all involved, then maybe things are gonna be okay. You know?
Well, we're gonna try our best.
I know, and she clasps your hand in hers, and you know, I know that you're always gonna do what's right and what's best for everyone, and
Question. Do you have an object that belongs to the baby that we could take with us? Something that may be connected with something the baby is wearing, something familiar, something similar. I'm thinking that we could use it to help find the baby.
I mean, are you wanting to like sniff it out, or
Do I look like a bloodhound? I'm sorry, that's my old self. That is my old self.
You see his look of shame and try and Ken, as his old habits kind of kicked in, he's catching himself and realizing he's not going to be an asshole anymore.
I can use locate object if I know the object I'm looking for. So even a pair of clothing that's very similar to what the baby is wearing right now would be helpful. Is that fair?
This blanket was made from the same cloth as the pajamas she was wearing that night. It was really cute. It all just matched.
May I borrow it?
Of course. If it might help her be found.
Thank you.
And Ken wraps it up and puts it in his bag. And yeah, he'll save that for later. I'll add that to the inventory, guys.
okay? I think we've asked all that we can ask from here.
We've ascertained all that we can ascertain.
And then they both look at Karn.
And knowing is half the battle.
Sorry. That was funnier than expected.
She looks up and, well, thank you all for stopping by, and knowing you're involved just, it helps. So thank you.
Of course.
All right.
On the way out, I want to stop by Daisy.
Okay.
No, I guess, where is she at?
She's behind the counter right now.
Is it busy?
It's not super busy. It's like, I would say maybe like it's afternoon, and it's not like that busy at all. So
Okay. So I'm gonna connect privately with her. Daisy, do you have a minute to talk about the missing baby?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So do you remember anything weird before or after that night?
Pauses for a second, and it was, I wouldn't say unseasonably warm, but we didn't have a hearth like a fire in the hearth that night.
So
I
just
can't.
the weather.
It seems like it was a clear night. I think. It felt like we were really busy. I think like it was a particularly like raucous crowd that night. And Susanna wanted to call the night early. I think she was maybe a little overwhelmed by like the amount of customers and how loud they were, and it was so hot in here, just like all those people. And we opened the windows on the first floor and tried to get a breeze in, but it didn't seem to really help. It was so stuffy and hot. Like it was a hard night to work. And people went pretty late. I felt like it was a late night for a lot. I like when I ended up going to sleep, I was out. Otherwise, it seemed pretty standardish.
Okay. And have you noticed anything weird about Susanna herself?
In terms of like anything in particular, or just
Anything. I mean, you see her more often than we do.
she's taking this hard. I mean, I think anyone would, though.
Yeah.
She spends a lot of time in her room. She's kept that window open ever since it happened. The rain and anything. But I don't think she's sleeping well. You know, she helps out here and there as she can, and that help has been infrequent.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's just is what it is. You know, we want to of course be like there for her, and we're doing fine. So an extra mouth to feed is no issue.
Okay. I don't think I have anything else to ask. I mean, obviously you didn't see any like shady characters. You didn't hear a big old crash or
I mean, this tavern being what it is, there's always a couple of shady characters around. But no crash, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing
right.
sudden.
Ken, did you want to ask something?
No, not really. Just
okay.
that, Daisy. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you picking up where Howard left off. How much it means to me that you've carried his legacy forward and made sure this place runs, and it runs in his image and his vision of what it could be, and that you've really made it your own in the process. Makes me really proud. Thank you for that.
She just puts her hands in a heart and holds it up to her chest and then extends it out towards you.
Right back at you.
All right. I'm ready to get going. Are you all ready to get going?
Yeah, let's get the flock out of here. Guys, I can't get enough of these duck jokes. It's been going on 3 years now.
Oh, man.
Okay. Right. Where would you all like to head next?
Let's go to the dock. Let's ask about him. What was his name? John, do you remember his name?
No. I really don't think he's got anything to do with this.
Are you sure?
Well, last time I spoke to her about him, she described his penis in detail. So, yeah, I think I know way more about him than I need to know, and I don't think he has anything to do with this. Also, pretty confident he's dead if he got swept off the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you all remember our voyage. Our voyage was rough.
Yeah, sorry about that. I will acquiesce to the majority. All right, you guys lead the way.
And Ken kind of clasps the hilt of his great sword.
He's like, soon.
He's itching. He's itching for a good fight right now.
I do not think I put the guy's name in our Discord ever. So
I wrote it in.
thank you.
There it is. You remember?
I'm looking
Yeah,
now.
I'm sorry, Bethany. I just think
It's
it's funny.
Porimovich.
Was it
Porimovich.
Porimovich? Okay.
Porimovich.
Okay. Well, let's.
He would strike men down and say, "You are not the father."
That's
Yeah.
that was his thing. Yeah. All right. So not going to the docks. Then where to next?
Where to next, guys? I'm waiting.
I don't know.
Damn it.
I didn't find this baby last time. I don't know the baby finding techniques.
None of us this baby last time.
It's that
You
damn
know,
Tam.
It's true. All right. Let's go to the local warden and ask them how to detective. Because I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay.
Objections?
I don't know. I mean, you got that blanket.
Okay.
Casting locate object on the blanket and saying, "I'm locating this exact fabric."
What is the range on that?
I think it's pathetic, man. Let me double check. I think it's like 30 feet. Like,
I don't think
We're
it's
gonna walk
30
around
feet.
with this freaking metal detector the entire time.
I feel like it's like 100 feet.
Ken's just walking along the beach going,
yeah, he finds a broom and he kind of wraps it at the very end of the broom and he kind of waves it around as he walks and puts a hand to his ear for no reason.
It's within 1,000 feet.
Holy mother!
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Is the baby in 1,000 feet of me?
And so he's swinging the broom around kind of wildly and almost hits Karn.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Whoop.
Hey, you gotta try this.
He gives it to Karn.
All right. Reach off screen, buddy. Off screen. There you go. Wait, I cast a spell. Give me that back. Thank you.
Oh, Lord.
So you don't get the like feeling the fabric is within 1,000 feet, but something, whether it's the gods of justice or it's maybe a little effect of the spell, it's pulling you north. There is something to the north of the town.
Something to the north of the town.
Related to this fabric.
Related to this fabric. Let's get going, guys. I feel something. I don't have a sense of smell, but let's go north.
I mean, you got a little. How else would you smell the bread?
Well, let's go north.
And so
Okay.
he puts his hand to his ear and he waves his broom with the fabric down the street.
While the spell is in effect, there's a halo of light around Ken's head that looks like a ratty old straw hat.
Yeah. The north end, was that where the Intier order was staying at before?
Yes, it wasn't far from so Howard's Duck Inn is also on the north end of town. It's in the workers' ward, and it is near one of the gates. And the pull you're getting is outside of town.
Okay.
What's the town like? What time of day is it? Who's on the streets? Do we walk past any kind of savory characters, unsavory characters? Anybody who's kind of staring at Ken with this freaking broom and a fabric swinging around?
It's like mid-afternoon. There's a lot of people out right now because of, again, like the town is still rebuilding from that one night, and a lot of people are working on that. Like there's been a lot of like jobs created in terms of like just basic construction for people that didn't have a lot to do. You get a couple of like glances, but you're well enough known in town at this point that like you can really do anything, and no one's super surprised by it. They're just like, maybe you might hear a couple like "Duck of Justice."
And whenever Ken hears that, he turns and does this, the devil horns.
Right.
Duck horns.
The duck horns.
Duck horns.
But like, no one's like surprised or even questioning what you are doing with the broom and fabric and straw hat, whatever. Like, they're all just, that's Ken. That's what he does.
Us.
Sorry, I missed what both of you were saying.
Oh, I just said that's us. Ryan, what'd you say?
Oh no, I was just saying people onlookers are just like regular duck of justice business.
Normal. Okay. And it's pulling you north, like outside the town walls. Is that where you want to keep going?
There's a wall here. I didn't plan this. Is there a door?
There's a gate that you can go to. Like,
To the gate. Follow me.
And Ken Usher's really excited. He's like stoked. It's the first time you've seen him so he looks like a kid.
all right. The gate is okay. The gate's open. There's a couple of guards there, and this gate is pretty busy. Like, this is where most of the workers who live outside of town come in and out. There's like 24-hour shifts right now, and people are coming and going with materials and debris. It's a pretty happening gate, and but you're not stopped or questioned as you leave. And there's a road, like a full-on road now that goes to the northeast. And you reach the end of that, and it begins to go like due east. But your detector seems like it's still pointing north. And there's a small like path that maybe people have taken up this way, but it's not a full-on road. It's pretty underutilized.
Right. As Ken's leading the way, obviously, he gets more and more excited. You visually see him. He looks like a kid who just found lost treasure or something. He turns and keeps smiling and saying, "This way, guys, this way," you know. And he's so stoked that he starts to get into a kind of a trot. And yeah, he's making way. I'm gonna turn from a walk to a trot to a jog.
This way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way, this way.
It's not too much longer.
I didn't know a duck could run that fast in plate armor.
I didn't either. Also, I don't like the feel of coming all the way out here for a baby.
It does feel a little like an ambush.
Not what I was thinking.
Are you guys gonna slow him down, calm him down? He's too engrossed into this.
I'm not.
Let it
I'm gonna let
happen.
him have his moment.
Let him play. Let him.
Yeah,
After-
pretty much.
A minute or two at most on this trail, you pick up the exact location. Like you know it. The cloth or the cloth that you're identifying is nearby. You come to a small pond.
Be very quiet. I'm hunting babies.
Oh no, don't say that.
That's weird.
Oh, Ken.
This is my home. Pond.
It is
I grew up here.
a little
I should let the area-
murky. Lots of like reeds and plant life in this little pond, and you're able to almost pinpoint this kind of caught in the plants, and it's filthy and dirty and wet and soaked and covered in mud. But it's a fabric, like a piece of this fabric that's been torn that matches the blanket from best you can tell.
Ken puts his hand out like he's like calming a velociraptor, and he turns around really quietly. Sorry, no offense, Jack.
Oh, me, the like most velociraptor like of the party, I guess. Not like all birds are descended from dinosaurs or anything.
Yes, but I eat a dinosaur 3 times a week. A chicken. So turns around and says really quietly, "Back up very slowly. I'm not fucking around. Back up very slow."
And what do you think is happening?
And so he telepathically says, "It's an ambush."
Okay. All right. Do you want me to look around?
Yeah, in a second. Once we get the fuck out of here. And so he slowly starts walking forward as quietly as he can. I'm gonna roll stealth. Or far forward. I'm not forward. Backwards.
You have to roll with disadvantage because you're in plate armor. And you are squeaking and creaking and rattling
and everything.
Okay, clearly I'm really bad at stealth. All right, I've accepted this.
And
I rolled a fucking 19. All right.
Oh shit!
Okay.
So rarely do I call the DM a bad word, but every now and then.
Okay. You somehow just the forces of justice somehow mute your armor just for a little bit, and instead of your plate boots, your greaves clanking on the ground, it's just wet enough that your foot has a little give and doesn't make that sound as you approach these reeds.
We're backing away. We're
backing away. Gotcha.
Yeah, we're backing away from this pond. Actually, we're going to reconvene far away from it and have a conversation.
Okay. You all can do that then.
Okay.
Oh,
You-
shoot.
Okay, my duck sense is going off. Something is not right. I don't know what it is, but we're in for a world of hurt if we aren't careful about this. Yes.
If that baby's out here, how do you think we're about to find that baby?
We drain the pond.
No, I don't mean what method.
Oh,
I mean
we go
state
in there.
of living.
I see. You make a good point, as usual.
So, do you really think there's going to be an ambush set up around that? I mean, it's just reeds. I feel like we would have sensed something.
I respect you. I value your opinion. We both were blinded by the hags. If you want to hear what's inside my heart, it is fear and concern. Forgive me for feeling that.
I mean, I what happened with the hags was horrible, and I won't go a day without forgetting it. But I don't get that sense of danger in there. I think we need to just go take a look and rip the Band-Aid off.
All right. Will you allow me to cast a defensive spell real quick?
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Sure.
Sure.
All right. Ken will cast Bless as a level 1 spell on the entire party. And while he does this, he lays a hand on Chime's shoulder and they touch forehead. Is that cool?
Yeah,
Is
that's cool.
is that okay with you? Yeah. Let me know
That's
if
cool
I
with me.
cross the line. So.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, I am working on something for the game real quick because,
Didn't think we were gonna get here.
it's always chaos with you all, and that's fine.
My favorite part of Dungeons and Dragons is messing with the DM.
Oh yeah,
Oh, who
Yeah,
here
it's-
saw the Dungeons and Dragons movie?
I did.
I haven't. We were going to go, but I'm not going to a movie theater with COVID because that's a dick move.
Yeah.
You're a good guy, Donald.
I think I'm.
swear, there were plenty of moments in that film where I'm like, "Yep, our party would do that. Our party would do that. Yeah, our party would do
Within
that
the first, I went to see it with the party I DM for, and I was pissed off at the first like big jackass moment that they pulled because I'm like, they're gonna use that now. They're gonna use that, and I'm gonna have to think of a way around it.
Yep. You can't see that without realizing, hey, yeah, this is real. People actually do this.
Oh, they do. I really wish
Yeah.
they had one guy as multiple NPCs though. That would have really sealed the deal.
It's just Matthew Mercer playing every.
Yes! He's
that
just
would have been
there.
perfect. Yeah, he's like, not again. He just keep killing him over and over again.
Oh man.
No, I don't think they could do that. Like, in terms of intellectual property, I lost our Zoom. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Never mind.
I'm having all kinds of issues tonight, so
Hamid
Yeah.
did Tim cast Bless on Karn as well.
All three of us.
Karn, Chime, and himself. So
Okay.
that means a plus. Let me read what that means because I think it
It's been a
matters
while.
where we're going. Yeah. You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice, including myself, within range, whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw. Before the spell ends, the target can roll D4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll of the saving throw. Is that clear?
Yep.
yes,
So
thank you.
I'm glad it's clear for you, DM.
I
No
knew
one asked you.
I know you put your forehead to Chimes to cast Bless on her. For Karn, let's just pretend
We
that
just
you,
have a Chandler moment
well,
where you kiss everyone goodbye.
Karn, you just come in. They do the predator handshake.
Okay. You're pretty much. Why is that so funny?
I don't know.
This is
I don't know.
okay. So you're at the pond and you have found the object, but you haven't grabbed it yet, and you've backed away for a second, and you've cast Bless. What now?
Something's not right. Karn, Chime, opinions, thoughts, prayers.
I'm gonna roll. I'd like to roll a perception check. Specifically, I'm wanting to just see if we notice, because I know there's all sorts of vegetation, but I'm wanting to just do a check and see if we have any. See if we notice any like wildlife.
Okay.
That's a nature check, isn't it?
If you're just looking for it'd be perception. If you're looking for like signs, if it was there, maybe nature. But like, if you're just like looking around,
That's
Yeah, I'm looking for signs of diversion too. I'll cast as well. So.
okay.
Well, shit.
Okay, y'all are. Karn, you see there's like some frogs and like a couple of what you would guess to be like just pathways that animals use to maybe get to this pond to drink out of. But like with it being so close to town, those are probably kind of they found other places. But there is like some like wildlife and stuff in the pond. But there's fish and that kind of stuff in there.
I just want to sneak up to the cot.
To the cot?
The whatever it is. there
Oh,
in
the
reeds.
blanket. Okay.
Whatever we were
I
running
mean,
away from before.
it's like a a piece of fabric. It's not even a full like.
Oh, I thought you said that there was like a cot.
If I did, I misspoke. It was like oh, I'm a little out there.
But that would have been actually. I like that. I like that because the mother did not tell us that the baby's cot was taken in the process, and I was like, wow, Donald is really creative when I heard that. So
wait, so is there a cot or no?
No
yes,
cot.
and
No cot.
No cot. No cot.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just sneak up to the object.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll stealth or can I just walk?
Stealthy.
Please do.
Okay. All right. Okay. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Been a hot second. Hold on.
And
Oh,
so
God.
Ken whispers to Karn,
Watch this. Oh wait, yeah, you've seen this a million times. Never mind. Sorry.
There it is. 23.
All right.
Holy shit, where did she go? I can't see her. I can't see her. Can you see her?
Funny enough, higher was 27.
Mm-hmm. You are very quiet and able to make your way up. You can maybe just reach it, but without getting into the water, if you would like to.
Sure.
Okay. It's exactly what it looks like. It's a small piece of that fabric. Matches the blanket, but it's like super muddy. You can maybe just kind of tell, but it's hard to even see the difference, and it's really hard to feel the difference right now because of it's been so coated in mud and in gunk, and it's been in water a bit. So, but as you reach out and touch it, all three of you hear what first sounds to be like barking, but like synchronized barking. Like if, and this is just an example, please do not bring that back, but like a group of like dogs or dog-like creatures are like marching and kind of singing a song. It sounds it sounds like aggressive.
Oh shit.
And not like a friendly not a friendly sound at all. And it's not far. It's close. It's getting closer.
sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting you. Your pauses are unnatural.
Who let the dogs out? Who?
What are you doing?
I want to look in the pond.
In the
just
pond?
What I can get from a cursory look in the pond where I got the fabric from.
It doesn't sound like it's coming from the pond. It sounds like it's coming from the north of the pond. But it sounds like it's still getting closer.
Chime, get back here.
Okay, I do.
You need to get into the brush. Hide.
Okay.
Hard, hide.
Okay.
Okay, all of you need to give me a stealth check right now.
Okay.
Right now.
Oh God. I got
Oh, add add nothing. Never mind.
It's not
Yeah.
a saving throw.
Wait. Can it be with advantage because we like
Nope.
had
It cannot. All right. Chime and Karin, you're able to get behind some like some bushes and stuff in the area.
Yeah. And the fat ass duck's butt is hanging out.
Ken is like pretty clearly visible. And
Can I help him?
it's too late.
Oh God.
They're here. There's nothing you can do about it. And the bark song kind of stops. And you all can clearly see there's a group of a total of 6. And you've seen these creatures before. You encountered them a while ago. They look like humanoid hyenas, dog kind of creatures. They're huge and muscular, carrying these makeshift weapons. But one in the back has some weapons, but is carrying a small and about like like handheld size, dark wooden box is carrying it in front of them in their hands. And seems to be the leader. And a couple of seconds go by and you see them sniff in the air, and their mouths have these satisfying grins, and bits of saliva begin to drip out of their mouth. And they all at once let out a howl, draw their weapons, and are rushing towards you. Roll initiative.
All right. It's about fucking time. Wow. Was that natural?
Oh shit.
God damn, Karn.
Yeah.
Natural 20. Holy shit.
All right.
Dex is good, yeah.
Let me get you.
Wait,
all-
how many Yanugu are we looking at?
Get you on that map real quick. I made this map as we were talking, so it's not great.
Oh.
Bravo. This is amazing to have
I
made it
love
when
it.
we were when we are literally talking. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's fine. So you all are down here towards the southern end of the map. Unfortunately, Chad, I can't pull this map up for you all because I messed some stream stuff up. I'll get it fixed next time. But there is a total of 6 knolls that are on the north end of this pond, with the 3 of you at the southern end. But there's a way around, a pretty clear way. They've drawn their weapons. They've howled. They know you're there. I will label them again for convenience, so we all can be on the same page. So we have the one on the far right is wearing a little red armband. The one next to him is wearing a little green armband. Next to him is a little orange armband. Then a purple armband. And then a yellow armband.
Yeah, it's really convenient if we have all those armbands.
It's so convenient. Yeah. So please refer to them by the color of their armband when you're making attacks and such to make our lives easier.
The
like one
Power Ranger.
That's color coding.
And then the one in the far back looks differently. Looks a bit older. And is not wearing like the fancy armor, have the weapons. Is likely going to do something else completely. I think. So, but with that, Karn, you're nat 20. You are up first.
Can you fix the turn order on roll 20?
Oh, it shows up for me.
Because when we switched the scenes, it like knocked all of us off.
It looks like the knolls are showing in the turn order, but
Yeah, that's all we got.
Yeah, I was a 20. I was and Chime was a 24, and Karn was a 27.
I can still see it. I'd have to, I think, delete you all.
Oh,
It's
weird.
okay.
It's fine, as long as you can tell us.
Yeah, I can tell you all. So, Karn, you're up first.
all right.
Fuck him up, buddy.
Let's see. I'm actually gonna go ahead and use my action to dash.
Okay.
So like looking at 60 feet toward them. If roll 20 would like to move, there we go.
Being really
Right.
slow.
Yeah, I'm having all kinds of little issues with it tonight. That's
And
fine.
that's really all I'm going to be able to do at this point.
All right. Chime, you are up next.
I'm staying where I am. I'm shooting from the bushes.
Okay.
I'll shoot at the one with the red armband.
Okay.
And that is a crap. That's a 10 to hit.
Your
I'm
arrow
assuming
just sails above his head, just barely, just inches. It misses. All right.
Shrug.
Anything else?
Nope.
Ken, you're up.
Right, I'd like to dash. I think my speed is 25. I'm going to come as close to Karn as I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I got you.
20. Yeah,
You can be there, like about this line, basically, where you're at currently.
All right, and pull the great sword out at the same time. So yeah, I'll go up, and my goal is to get as close to Karn as I can.
All right. The gnolls are up next, and the red one, Karn, runs up to you, as they tend to do, and is gonna try to just stab you with a spear it has. And it's holding the spear in both hands. It's a 21 to hit, and does. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying that will hit.
For 8 piercing.
Ooh.
Describe it.
It lunges forward, and Karn maybe ducks out of the way a little bit, and it just barely gets under your armor, and probably would like scratch your abdomen a bit. Not a serious wound, but just a little bit. It howls out like a very primal. It has that like hyena like laugh as it turns to its friends and like, yeah, got him. The green one, seeing that, rushes up and does the same thing, and is going to be attacking you with that spear. Gets a 17.
17 does not hit.
This one, you're ready for it, and you able to knock its your old monk training comes back in. You knock the spear just out of the way a little bit, and it looks, and its friend laughs at it. It's a very complicated relationship they have.
It's like the weasels from Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Exactly. The orange one, purple one, and yellow one all just kind of move up into a formation. Put their spears down, pull out longbows. Orange and purple are going to shoot at Ken, and yellow is going to shoot at Chime. First one coming at Ken is a 22 to hit. You take 5 piercing damage. Purple, who is also shooting at Ken, gets a 23, which is a nat 20 for them, but rolls poorly on damage. And you take 4 damage. As just 2 arrows kind of find seams in your armor and are sticking out of you now. The third one, the yellow, is shooting at Chime. Gets a 16 to hit.
That is a tie.
So that would hit, and you take 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
Looking at this real quick. That's what I thought. The other one just continues to hold the box in its hands, and it barks out in do any of you speak? Make sure this is the right language. I'm wanting to say it's infernal, but I am probably wrong.
Nope.
If only James were here.
If only James were here. I'm sorry, they just speak Knoll.
Oh.
So that's wrong. They're barking out. It barks out something, but you don't understand what he's saying. And that's the end of all of the turns. So that Karn, you are up now.
All right. Well, I am going to make a one-handed attack with my Sunblade on the gnoll wearing the red armband. And that's an 11.
An 11 does not hit.
All right. I'm going to use my extra attack since I'm dual wielding and come at him with my longsword, which is 13.
13 does not hit.
I guess I'm just a little off balance from getting hit.
Wait. You have blessed, don't you?
Yeah.
So attack, roll a d4.
First roll it for the 11, and then roll it for the 13. Okay.
The blade, that's a 4.
With bless,
hit.
that hits.
All right, that's going to be 9 radiant damage.
And then roll for the 13.
That's going to be 3, so a total of 16.
That hits.
And that's going to be for 10 slashing.
So those 2 hits. This gnoll is looking rough. Still up, but it's 2 huge gashes through its armor. It's breathing heavily, like barely holding up its spear.
Rough, but not woof.
You get one. You get it. You get the.
Everybody gets one.
There you go.
I never get to do those.
And you have another attack, right?
Nope. I only. Let me check real quick. It's
It's just
been-
the 2. I think you got third.
Yeah, you get 2 attacks with your Sunblade, and you get 1 attack with your longsword because that's your bonus action. I know it's been a while since we've played. It's been
Roll
even
the
longer since
Sunblade.
we had combat.
Roll the Sunblade.
Yeah, you get 1 more attack with your Sunblade.
All right. If you
Stab him in the ass. Right there, in the ass.
All right.
that's the 4, so that's 23 to hit for 12 radiant damage.
And with that, your Sunblade and the radiant damage just like cuts it in twain, and it falls over like Darth Maul in the end of episode 1. Spoiler.
I thought you
Donald.
were gonna describe it like the sword is stuck in the ass, and the Yunogu, the knoll, violently shakes, and this light starts bursting out of the sword wound, and then it starts crack forms around, and all of a sudden it bursts and explodes, leaving a concussive blast that knocks everybody over. But anyway,
That
No,
was extremely detailed.
that was a lot. Though you thought that out a lot, didn't you?
I did.
Oh, cool. Maybe for a boss we can have that happen, but these are just little guys.
It was radiant damage.
It was radiant. It was the power of light. Anything else your turn, Karn?
Nope, that's gonna do it for me.
All right, Chime, you are up.
I am going to so I can dash as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do that.
To where?
I'm coming up a little past you. Just to set myself up a little better. I'm gonna go one more. And then I'm gonna start shooting at the green
Okay.
band. And that is. I'm gonna roll for bless.
There's a chance.
No, roll a d4.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh God.
This arrow just off the side a little bit, but not far. You're almost on target there. Anything else your turn?
No, I can't do anything else.
All right, Ken, you're up.
All right, so Ken whizzes past Karn, and as he's running past, he says, "Let's fuck this motherfucker up." Can I move that far?
You were here.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, and then I'm gonna take 2 swings of the great sword, as one does. He pulls it out, kind of whirls it, kind of in this excessive flare that does nothing to increase his stability with the sword. It's one-handed, and he grabs it with 2 hands. It is a heavy blade, and he brings it down hard on this motherfucker's head. If he can only find the great sword, there it is. For a natural 1. So if would a 14 hit?
It would not.
Okay. And so he misses. God damn.
All right. Yeah. Just this one somehow sensed it coming and could feel it and just ducked last second. Quack. But your second attack.
That one hits.
And it doesn't have a clever trick for this one, as your greatsword comes in and just cuts a huge gash across this one's chest, and it looks like it's hurting pretty good as well now. Anything else to return?
No, that's all.
All right. The other gnolls, 2 of them see their companions fall, grab their spears again, and this time rush in. Another one coming after Ken, the other coming after Karn. The green one that you hit previously, Ken, is also attacking you. but they didn't have the.
Hold on, I screwed up. I'm so sorry. I had advantage because we flanked this green guy.
Oh, so
that
he
24
would
13 slashing damage should have affected him.
he'd be dead. So
Okay.
now he's dead.
Right.
So orange one is going to attack you first, with two-handed spear, and gets a 20, for 6 piercing. Purple is now attacking, Karn with a two-handed spear attack, a 16.
That does not hit.
Clanks off your armor again. The one with the yellow, continues to have its bow out and is just going to shoot at Chime, having a ranged on ranged attack. And this arrow just sails way far, not even a close shot. The older, seemingly leader Knoll is still just holding this box, but you can kind of see it open the box just a little bit and peek inside and look to you all and start laughing. Just this like deep like laugh of just a normal laugh to start. Karn, you're up next.
All right. Well, I'm going to return the favor to this purple armband wearing Knoll. And I'm going to come at it with my Sunblade first. It's a 19.
That hits. No need for bless.
Nope. 13 radiant damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to come around in the backswing with my longsword. And this time I am rolling for bless. 11
Look at
plus
you.
4, 15.
And you drop this one.
Dang.
Everything's coming up, Karn. All right. That was your attack and bonus action. You still have an attack left, and you can move if you would like.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to move over here to the other side of Mr. Orange Armband. And I'm going to attack him with my Sunblade.
With advantage, B.
That's a 23.
That hits.
That's going to be for radiant damage.
Nice. All right, this one's it's looking like it's beat up a little bit. And with that, Chime, what do you want to do?
I don't like the way the leader's laughing.
It's fair.
So I'm going to stay in place to give myself advantage and sneak attack. And I'm going to shoot at the leader.
Okay.
You're gonna shoot through us.
I shoot over you. It's fine.
It's fine.
He's not that tall.
Good thing I have advantage because the advantage is 26.
Oh, I would have used that one.
Oh my goodness.
26 hits.
So that's 14 sneak and 7 piercing.
Ooh, all right. Ken, you're up next.
Oy. So, I wish I would have a minute to think about this because I know exactly what I want to do, but I need to be sure that if I can do it once, then I have to be judicious. If I can do it twice, then I can be a little flippant here.
What are you trying to do?
I want to. Where are you? I want to Holy Smite, but I don't know how many of those I get.
It's your spell slots. So
if
you
I'm-
used one spell slot for locate object today.
Yeah.
And then like you would have different levels. So
I'm gonna Holy Smite the guy right in front of me, and
Okay.
then run towards Nullfang of Inogu, and Holy Smite him as well.
So what you'd have to do for that is you would cast that as a bonus action first, and then it just affects your next hit. So you could only smite once per turn.
Okay. I'll take
But-
a normal swing on the guy in front of me then.
Perfect.
Okay. So we have this dude flanked.
Yep. You have advantage.
Oh, yeah. Wow, roll 20 is so slow. You think they'd speed this up? Good lord, I should not have to wait with 56K internet here.
We're waiting with bated breath to find out what happens next.
What happens?
There it goes.
All right, a 26 probably hits, 15 slashing.
And with that, you cut this one in two, just like it's like a hot knife through knoll butter.
And run over here and holy smite this dude at a my highest level, which I think is second.
Yeah, I think you're right. All right, roll to hit first.
Well, great sword attack or
Yeah, you'd hit. So what you do, probably the easiest way to roll 20 to do it is before you roll a great sword attack. I'm pulling up your character sheet so I can walk you through it.
yeah, it's been a minute, so
Yeah, it's been a while for. If you look under your attacks and stuff on your sheet itself, at the bottom it says Divine Smite. If you click on that little box, it'll factor that in for your damage and your next roll automatically. And then roll.
Divine. No, that's not it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, just click that little box next to it, and
I'm now Tibbs. I keep
Gotcha.
clicking and nothing happens.
it's all good. It's just roll 20 being roll 20 tonight.
Oh, really? So
It might be like a little checkbox next to
Yeah,
it.
it is.
Because I have one for sneak attack.
For the sake of like moving on with the combat, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
that for you real quick,
Okay.
just to like keep us going.
Whoa.
So you rolled a 23 to hit, which does hit. You hit it for 8 radiant and 16 slashing. It is still up and standing. Pretty bloody, pretty beat up. Its armor is already like deteriorated, but it's still just standing there with this box in its hand. And like the more you hit it, the louder and like wilder that the laugh gets, to where at this point it's borderline just this like hysterical laughter, and it's occasionally like looking at the box and then looking at you all and looking at the box and looking at you all and looking at the arrow in its chest and its huge gash mark across it, and just puts its head back just cackling like this is the funniest joke it's ever heard in its life. The other knoll that is still standing looks to its leader and starts to also like cackle and grabs a spear off the ground that it had and tries to run through Ken with a two-handed spear attack. As Ken stands there, gets a 13 and
misses.
Just hits your armor and bounces right off, and it's like and the fang of Inogu still like looking at the box and leans in towards Ken, and in a broken common says, "We brought a present for you." Karn, you're up.
All right. Well, I am going to move over to the other side of the Knoll Fang here.
My man.
Make a Sunblade attack. Does a 27 hit?
A 27 does in fact hit.
Oh,
It hits the kidney. This guy can't make urine anymore.
all right. Well, that's going to hit him for 9 radiant damage.
All right, still up, but looking pretty beat up. And the laughter somehow grows higher in pitch, more hysterical, looking at you like direct eye contact, not trying to defend itself at all as you're attacking.
Right, well, I come around with my long sword. That's going to be 24 to hit. 5 slashing damage.
All right, it's still standing.
And one last swing of the Sunblade. It's a 28 to hit and 7 radiant.
The laughter seems to hit this like crescendo in both pitch and just volume. And then suddenly it just stops as your Sunblade lops the head of this creature off. The box, this tiny wooden box, still clasped in its hands as the body falls.
I'll try to catch it.
Oh yeah, give me a dexterity save.
Okay, save. I get advantage on. Oh wait, it's been 1 minute, hasn't it?
It was like 10 minutes, wasn't it?
No, it has not. Since you like cast bless and stuff,
Mhm.
it actually hasn't, because that'd be 10 rounds of combat.
Okay.
So yeah, add your
literally
D4.
best DM ever.
And that's how time works.
All right. We'll 11 catch it.
Yeah. It's not like it's falling, so you like catch it out before it hits the ground. And we're gonna finish out combat real quick because there is still a threat.
Okay.
Not much of one, but Chime, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna snipe that one.
Okay.
Got this right. Aim for the cock and balls.
Don't think I'm gonna do that.
I think I did the wrong health, but that's fine.
That is a 20 to hit with 16 sneak and 6 piercing.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking more the head.
Okay. So it like turns to its friend, seeing that its friend has been killed, and the laughter stops, but its laughter continues. It's like head full on back, just and the arrow just a clean shot through the head as it just drops to the ground, completely dead, devoid of anything. As you stand here with your a couple scratches here and there, but relatively unscathed. And Ken holding this tiny little box.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
It's
Okay. Ken, do you wanna do the honors?
Ken opens the box.
okay. The first thing you notice is an ear. It's a small ear, like it, but like not like a child's ear, like a small creature. It's got like still a couple like little wisps of white hair in it, but it's a full ear. There's also a small piece of paper that's been folded. A bit of dried blood on the outside of it, as the ear sat on it for this voyage.
Open it up. Read it.
It's in common, luckily. And says, "My dear friends, you may have taken Brownstone from me. You may have delayed the awakening of the Destroyer. But there are other ways to do my bidding. There are others who have skills who you left unprotected while you gallivanted around this continent attempting to thwart my plans. Yes, this is a trap. And yes, you will come for your little gnome friend. He might not hear you come.
No way!
But he will know you are coming. I have him at the bottom of Handlebar Mines. His mind is fascinating. He can think of inventions and ways to do things that never crossed my mind. So if you want to see him alive, you will come find us at the bottom of Handlebar Mines. Don't worry. I do have an army between you and me. If you make it, at least you'll see your little friend Meatball before you die. And don't worry. The Marquess, she'll be there too. Love, Dragonbane."
Beautiful.
XOXO.
7 deadly X's.
Well done, Donald. I'm impressed.
Oh.
Well, there are 7 deadly X's. That's what I'm gonna say. Hey, it's that guy.
All right. So the Ken's holding the box with one hand. He takes the ear out, and you see the box start to shake in his hand, and then he crushes it.
A nice box. Did you read that letter out loud?
out loud.
Son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
On that note,
Son of a bitch.
I think we need to get back.
We're gonna search the bodies.
Okay. Makeshift weapons, some crappy armor. I'm getting an echo again. Are you all getting that?
Makeshift weapons.
I am.
Some crappy armor. I'm getting an echo again. Are you all getting that?
I am.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know. That's weird.
Oh, it's playing off of Hamed's. Hamed, I think you've got your speakers on
Oh,
or echoing.
you're right. Let me turn it down.
Echoing.
The one time it doesn't work. All right. I remember. Don't worry.
Okay, I think we're good now.
I ever
Okay, we're good.
first time.
All right, so you crush the
last
box.
time we ever met.
Crush the box.
Oh, I'm still hearing it a little bit.
I mean, I have an obligation to most step.
Have an obligation
Still-
It's still coming through, Hamed.
Yeah, most step.
It's still coming through, Hamed.
If you have the stream up,
well,
it's best to
I'll
like
switch to earphone.
If you have the stream up, it's best to like.
you can just right click and mute Twitch.
You can just right click and
The
mute.
thing is, like, we're not
Twitch.
hearing any music.
Is that good? Because I can't hear Twitch at all.
It's like we're not hearing any music.
I think you need to do earbuds or
Yeah.
headphones.
I think you need to do earbuds or
Yeah.
headphones.
All right.
Let's see. How's that?
Let's see. How's that?
Still got
Oh.
it.
Still got it.
Still coming through.
Still coming through.
Well, it's because I haven't switched them over.
Oh.
Oh, that would make sense.
How are we?
Check. Okay, we good.
Yeah. Okay. So I have an obligation to Mostep. This is one of the favors that I have to carry through for him. I mean, I might be able to talk to him. I mean, if we need to, I mean, obviously we do.
More.
I think we're losing Hamed.
What do you mean by favor?
Okay, so you remember how I owed favors to Mostep because he didn't want to tell us
My internet is
specifically.
bad.
He didn't want to tell us specifically where to find that last
Yeah, I
gem
remember
key. Yeah, it's one of those.
Okay.
I can go talk to him if you'd like.
Yeah, I think that would work. You're not far from some town. You're maybe, I mean, at most like a half mile from the town gate.
Yeah. Okay. If you all want to go start preparations and find James wherever he is, I can go speak with Mostep.
Can do.
Sounds good to me.
And Ken whispers to Chime,
Let's go to the bar.
Okay, I have actual business first.
Ken whispers to Karn in a manner that Chime cannot hear.
Oh,
Bar.
Okay.
All right. So you were going to meet James at the Howard Duck Inn anyway. So you all head there, and Chime's going to head back to Mostep.
Yep.
Okay. So we're going to have just you two at the bar, and then we'll do Chime and Mostep real quick, and we'll probably call it a session at that point for the night. So, all right. So you're able to make it across town. Like, there's no like real danger anymore. Into the Flock and Key, the usual, the dwarf and the gnome, like, wave at you, acknowledge you, and motion to you the door. And Mostep is sitting in his like meeting room, his great hall, as it were, just looking over some papers in a chair, a glass at his side, and looks up and smiles as you come in. Well, hello there. Not usual for you to come alone.
Well, we've gotten some information about Dragonbane.
About Dragonbane?
Yeah. We're gonna be heading out of town for a little bit, but I have this obligation to carry out this favor for you. So I wanted to show you this, and Chime will pull out the muddy pajama part.
Oh.
We found this in a pond outside of town, and immediately after that, we were ambushed by some of Dragonbane's gnolls. So I don't. It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
His face looks so. What is with the echoes tonight?
Oh my god.
I'm
Hello?
not here.
Yeah, are you hearing it, Bethany?
I have been.
Okay, yeah, now it's gone.
I
Okay,
think it's Twitch.
Oh Lord.
might be. It's fine. Okay,
Tough
so
to
the
breathe,
picturing.
though. I love it.
His face looks a bit like sullen as you say that to him, and he like doesn't even make eye contact with you, and he's like, that's what I feared. Did you find anything else out? Anything that might lead us to this assailant, or a reason why?
No. I mean, if we were ambushed by Dragonbane's minions, maybe he has a part to play in it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he would have to do with any of this. It feels a little petty for even him. But I don't think she's alive.
Again, like, it doesn't make eye contact with you at all, and is looking down at the ground as you say that. And he nods in agreement. No, I understand. Well, I trust that y'all did everything you could, and I appreciate you looking into this matter for me. With that, I will consider that favor repaid.
Thank you.
I'm sure that was not easy.
No, not really. We really, their time is of the essence. They've got someone of ours, a friend.
No.
So we have to head out really quickly.
I understand, and I will not keep you. But I'd like to leave just some parting words of wisdom. That sometimes, even when you're not looking for it, you might find allies out in the world. And it would behoove you to take as many allies as you can right now. Shrugs. Might not mean anything, but he kind of gives you a little smirk. But then again, it might mean everything. But I won't keep you. I know you have pressing business. I know. A pleasure, my dear, as always.
Absolutely.
All right.
I mean, she hustles out.
I think you all are going to meet up at Ken, Howard's Duck Inn. And James takes care of the town planning emergency. Was able to inspect this treatment facility. And you, at this point, it's early night. Are you going to head out immediately, or are you going to wait till morning?
I think we'd probably do better in the morning.
Yeah.
Give us a night to full rest.
Yeah. All right.
HP and our spells, and talk about what the hell just happened. That was not what was expected. We're looking for a baby and we find meatballs a year.
Yeah, what did we do with the ear? You crushed the box, but what did we do with the ear?
Like, he took the ear and the letter and he crushed the box.
Okay.
It was supposed to be dramatic, something you'd see in a Marvel movie.
Very dramatic.
I missed you taking them out first.
With that, we're going to call it a night. We'll be back for our next session of KFD&D in 2 weeks, which will be on the 26th of April. As Jillian mentioned yesterday, very likely we'll definitely not be streaming on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week due to some other commitments already, including Julie Pie's birthday. But we might have a bonus stream sometime that week of just, I don't know, something. I'll post our KFD Cooks Challenge poll in Discord soon. So if you'd like to vote on what I'm going to bake something since we hit our community goal. So I can bake cookies, I can bake bread, whatever you want to see me cook on stream, we'll do that. It'll be a hoot, maybe a holler. Can't guarantee both. You got something, Ahmed? You looked happy. All right, buddy.
Yeah, but I can't say it.
Okay.
I can't say it. I'll send it a message.
So we are going to call it a night here. Just going to see if there's anyone streaming that we'd like to send you all over to tonight. Thank you all for hanging out with us. I know our schedule's been a little weird right now, but I think we're going to get back to normal as soon as we can. So we're going to head over to Bunny Bee. She's just chatting. She is fantastic, a very chill streamer. If you haven't followed her already, I would highly encourage it. She is an absolute delight. And again, we'll be back sometime next week. Thanks for hanging out. Just getting this here going. Oh, I don't know. It looks like there's like a little presentation going on over at Bunny Bee's channel. So that'll be kind of fun. And we will see you all next time. Night, y'all.